Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome Amiibo! Today, it's the Winter Solstice, meaning it is as dark as it'll ever be. As in, literally, if we were playing earlier, it would have just been dark. Like, it would have looked nighttime. All day today. I wanted to wait till now to record, though, because, like, KK concert? Ooh, Bella's birthday! Okay, so that's another letter I want to keep. So, gonna do that. Can I just, like... Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure if I could do that. Blah, gassy. But, yeah, just basically wanted to wait for later in the day just so that, I didn't have to, like, do multiple recordings. As I made mention of yesterday, there is a decent chance I could lose power. So that'll be later tonight. Because the snowstorm has yet to hit, but it's going to hit, and it's a big one. Hello, Isabel. It's the Winter Solstice. It's so chilly today. Prepare to listen something for the Winter Solstice. Feel excited to see what it is? I am. What is it? It's a glow wand. Since it'll be nighttime all day, I'm sure it'll come in handy. Aw. I love me a good glow wand. I don't know if that's a consumable thing, so I don't want to, like, use it. I want to hang on to it. So I'm actually gonna do... that. I'm gonna put the snowy sweater just back in that letter for now. Because I might take it out and put it into storage. I might not. It is just a common item, so... it's not really something I need to hang on to. Let's get, oh, well, there's our gem rock. That's convenient. So, I do actually have something to kind of talk about. That was a game I decided to play today. Mostly because, like, I had, like, $19-ish left over after buying all the Christmas stuff I was gonna buy. So I was like, you know what? I want to give Back 4 Blood a try. Because it's heavily on sale with the Steam Winter Sale going on. I was like, yeah, I want to give it a try. I played the open beta of it, like, and it was fun from what I remembered playing. And going back to it, like, yeah, it's fun. It's not like $80 fun, which is what it costs in Canada if it's not on sale, but it is fun, and for $4.99, you really can't beat that. There is a lot of game there for $4.99. You know, I honestly don't... like, I can understand the hate from the perspective of buying it full price. I don't think I've seen that game at full price ever, really. Which, like, you know, when you consider its competition is Left 4 Dead 2, and Left 4 Dead 2 is, like, what, $14? You know, you kind of can't charge full price for Back 4 Blood 2, or Back 4 Blood. Yeah, Back 4 Blood 2. I doubt there ever will be one. Which is a bit of a shame, just because, like, it's not bad. Like, it has a lot of things going for it that Left 4 Dead 2 doesn't. And for any of you who don't care about first-person shooters or zombie shooters, I do apologize, but, like, I like playing video games in general, and they're video games. For anyone who might be doubting, like, you probably just haven't played much Left 4 Dead 2. I have, like, 200-some hours in that game, which I know to some people, that's, like, nothing. But for me, that is a lot of hours. if you were to add up all the hours of this series, I doubt you would... Well, you'd probably get over 200 at this point. But, like, it wouldn't be by a huge amount. You know, I don't play games for insane amount of hours most times. Things like World of Warships, EVE Online, I probably have a ton of hours in both of those. Sadly, those are both games that I can't see my hours in. But, you know, they're probably in the thousands. But those are, you know, never-ending MMOs. Left 4 Dead 2, and even Back 4 Blood, are a series of campaigns. Once you've beaten them, the only fun then comes from beat them on a higher difficulty. It's the same campaign again, except I feel like Back 4 Blood has more replayability because of their card system. So basically, you have a deck of cards. It's Balatro up in here. Basically, you randomly draw cards from the deck, and those effects apply to your run based on what was drawn. They can be positive or negative. Like, the run I did earlier, there was a card that basically made another, like, special zombie appear. And, like, that was fun. That's something that wouldn't have, you know, wasn't supposed to be happening, but it was. And that made things more interesting because, I mean, one, I didn't even know what the thing did because if it was in the open beta, it wasn't public beta. I don't think it was an open beta because it was invite only. But, but like, if it was there, I didn't experience it. But like, it made the run a lot more interesting. There's also things that can happen where it's like, oh man, you need to complete such and such a condition. Like, you know, don't set off anything that alerts the Horde to your presence. You know, stuff like that. And if you do that, you get extra rewards. Today's the Winter Solstice. The sun never rose today. It's like you had a bad hair day and didn't show up. Let's chat. Lately, I've been totally into home decorating shows and think I can make my room a whole lot happier, bad, and something new. I will try. Wait, will you take a gyroid? I brought you a thing. She will. Okay, I've got a Sputnoid and a Nebuloid. Everyone needs a Nebuloid. Bam. Nebuloid. It's a Mega Nebuloid. My gyroids move is so fun. I love the idea of putting them in my house. Should put this in my room just as soon as I get home. Here's a thank you gift. What are you replacing with it? It's an amazing machine! Oh man. I do love me an amazing machine. It's no amazing frog, but it is a pretty amazing machine. Okay, 3 something. 35. I do have 35. That puts me 2 away diagonally. Those do not happen overnight. Don't I know it? Because there's no way I can get a bingo today at this point. But yeah, like, I really like the card system. I remember really liking it during their beta as well. Like, it made things more interesting. And, like, it's pretty nice. Like, a lot of, like, the special zombies, too, like, they feel different, and in a lot of ways, they feel a lot better than them in Left 4 Dead. Like, the big guy that explodes and draws the Horde to you. In Left 4 Dead, it's called a boomer. In Back 4 Blood, it's called an exploder. Basically, same idea with the name for both of them. In Left 4 Dead, it's just a big fat guy going, like, it's kind of uninspired. You shoot it once, it explodes and dies. It's just how a boomer works. The exploder is basically a big muscly dude that takes a lot of shots to take down, charges at you, and explodes on death. Catchphrase. You really need. You're on squeak. Squeaks. Yes, that's what I meant. It's perfect. Totally love it. Squeaks. Also, I just remembered. This is completely off topic. If any of y'all play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I do believe at this exact moment, or soon, there will be a raid for Shiny Rayquaza. Which will be pretty neat. Okay, completely off-topic rant. I will get back to rambling about Back 4 Blood probably, but I need to rant about this. So I've been playing Pokemon for frickin' ages. And when I was younger, because we did not live in the vicinity of an EB Games, I didn't notice that plant. I blame Lobo. I blame Lobo for that. But yeah, we did not live within the vicinity of an EB Games. Canadian equivalent of GameStop. That meaning, anytime there was a special event Pokemon, basically we just couldn't get it. Because the closest EB Games was like a 2-3 hour drive away. Which that sucked. That meant that, as a kid, I missed out on so many event Pokemon. And that feeling sucks so much. So, like, I am really happy that how they do events now, even though I am within the vicinity of an EB Games now. It's a pretty far walk, but, you know, it's a 40-ish minute walk instead of a multi-hour drive. That's quite an improvement. And it probably actually is a faster walk than that. I just don't know exactly where I'm going to get there, so it would probably be a roughly 40-minute walk until I learned the exact way to get there. But, like, I love that they do them in games, because they're obtainable. I wish they always worked like that, where there was just a thing you could do in the game that would then let you get the event Pokemon. Like, the one time that we did actually get an event Pokemon was, with the older games, was I believe it was Black and White 2, the event Genesect. That basically was an event happening at launch, and that Genesect lived on my party for that run, that playthrough, because, like, it was that special to me to be able to get an event Pokemon finally, that I literally used an overpowered legendary the whole time of my playthrough, just because it's like, yes, I can finally I finally have one. Like, and like, you can argue them being just events in-game, like, people don't get that experience anymore. It's like, yeah, but they're getting the experience of it, and just, like, even now, like, the Mewtwo event, I remember, like, the excitement of all the people I knew, of like, oh man, we can get this Mewtwo, and it's so cool, and, like, a lot of them were still really excited about it after getting it, like they would have been if it had been a proper event, only more of them could have had it, and more of them did have it, and I helped them all get it. Like, it's, you know, I really like that. And I've been seeing so many people complain of like, oh man, these event legendaries and shiny legendaries, they aren't special anymore. It's like, why aren't they special? Because people can actually have them now? Like, I'm sorry, not everyone lived in the vicinity of a GameStop or EB Games or wherever your country does those events. If your country can even do them. Not every country does. Which is something people seem to miss. Like, these aren't things that are guaranteed to happen in your country of residence, you know? And just because you can buy Pokemon in a country does not mean that you have access to... Ooh, that was some lag. But it does not mean you have access to somewhere that is an official carrier of Nintendo stuff. I am not seeing the other fossil today. Not other fossil, other snowball. Yeah, the other fossil. Let's leave that there. And like, I really don't like it when people try to police events like that and just be like, man, they're not special because you can actually take part. It's like, you know, that's what makes it special, that people can take part. Like, I'm sorry, you can no longer, like, drive multiple hours to get to your local EB Games, or go to your local EB Games, then drive multiple hours and scam kids out of a shitload of money. Because that used to happen. I distinctly remember that being a thing, like, a few of the more well-off kids at the school I went to would do. They would have their parents drive them during those events to, like, EB Games. And then they would do that, like, a few times. Because you could only get so many of the cards at once. But they'd always be like, oh, yeah, I've got, like, 3-4 kids. Like, they'd make it a believable number. Get that many of the cards. And then take them to school and be like, yeah, $50 per one. It's like... This stuff's free, man. Like, what are you doing? Literally, it's a thing you walk into the store and ask for and they hand to you. It's free. Why do you want $50 for it? Like, explain this one to me? Greed, that's why. Right. Like, I'm almost convinced that's why people don't like that Nintendo does events in-game now, instead of tying them exclusively to places. Like, honestly, I'd love to see Nintendo start doing that with all their events for all of their games, is find a way to do it directly through themselves. Cut out all of the middlemen, remove all of the potential for scalping and scamming, and just make everything better. Like, imagine this one. Like, I'm sure whether y'all follow Pokemon or not, that y'all have seen, like, the McDonald's Happy Meal stuff, and how it's like, people will literally go to their local McDonald's and be like, give me like 100 of the Pokemon Happy Meal thing. Oh, I don't actually want the food. I just want the Happy Meal toy. I'll buy them. Because they want to make sure that nobody in their area can get one except themselves. And then they can turn around and sell them on, like, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Craigslist, for exorbitant prices. For what is the free thing with a Happy Meal. Amazing how fast the year goes by. December's especially fast. Everyone's just rushing around. Just the fact that I don't have forever to just waste time and sit around. No, it does not sound like a good day to move, Rooney. Yeah, I am. You better stay here. If he'd wanted to move on the 1st, I'd be like, right? Have a good one. But, Rooney, New Year's Day is not a good day to be moving. Which, oh god, even thinking of that, I need to actually sit down and work out. Oh, there's the snowball. How I'm going to start New Horizons. Because, as I may mention, I want to do a New Year's stream in New Horizons, because I can't really do one in New Leaf, because my new leaf is a day ahead. So New Year's in here will be the 30th, you know. But like, which also means I'm gonna have an awkward 1 day of downtime, which is gonna be so weird. But like, I think what I need to do to make the series work, because I need to work it to 24 hours ahead of time. Like, I need to work the Switch like that. I need to work it to work. Brain, work with me here. I was trying to make a joke and it just didn't. Just work it, work at me. But yeah. I need to get it 24 hours ahead. But I also want an episode of New Horizons on the 1st. So, I could do 12 hours after finishing the New Year's stream. I could do a jump of 12 hours. That would then put it to roughly noon. And then from there, I could, after I'm done that recording, push time ahead 12 hours again. I think that's how I should do it. But I don't know. Because that would, like... My brain is convinced that's going to cause me to miss a day. And, like, I need to, like, sit down with, like, a diagram of a claw and actually figure this out. Because, like, my brain cannot do simple math problems to save its life. But I can sure simplify complex ones, no problem. Like, blah. Hey, KK, I need some music for my soul while I try to think. Do I have anything else to even say about... Yeah, I'll let you pick, my man. Trying to think if I even have anything else to say about Back 4 Blood, now that I'm thinking on it. I mean, I suppose the basic thing that I could say is just, again, of like, I wasn't even paying attention to the name of the song. I really just don't understand why people hate on it so much. This feels very Kirby. I love it already. It feels very, very Kirby. I love it. I can't stop talking for too long, though. Because I don't want to risk a copyright claim, or at least a copyright claim I can't fight. Because that's what would happen if I stopped talking, probably, at this point. And I don't like that. I don't trust it. I mention that every time now. And I'm probably going to keep this going for New Horizons. And I feel so bad about doing that. Because, like, I want KK's performance to be great. And it's still great, but you guys aren't getting the proper experience, and it's even kind of mellowing my experience by talking through it. But, yeah, like, I really like how Back 4 Blood is actually playing, and I imagine I'll probably get bored of it. But I got bored of Left 4 Dead 2 as well. It's not a negative. I get bored of every game. It just happens. I don't have the attention span to stick with a game for a long period of time. I haven't even finished the EDF 6 DLCs yet, because I was basically hitting a point of like, I'm getting kind of bored of playing this game. So I just kind of stopped before the feeling fully set in. I just bumped the mic. So like I didn't hurt my feelings towards the series any by forcing myself to keep playing, because I know that'll happen. Currently, I've mostly just been in a Monster Hunter mood, so... was really good, though. I should really get back to playing, like, Breath of the Wild again. Because that's something I started doing recently, and then I stopped, and I kind of want to do it more. Like, I kind of want to play more of it. Because, like... Okay. I think I've done this rant before, and I'm going to try to do an abridged version of my Breath of the Wild rant. I really want to like that game. I really do. And I don't hate it. But there's so many things about Breath of the Wild that are just annoying, and I was really hoping that, like, Tears of the Kingdom would solve those problems. They seem to have just made those problems worse. Like, okay. Oh, Velma wants something. I'd like to give you a milk case. Okay. Milk case. Thank you. Thanks for taking that off my hands. Color clashed with almost everything I own. That's fair. I have not sold things yet. I was about to say, wait, I sold the amazing machine. I don't know what that is. I want to see what it is. But, like, okay, you've got this world. Medieval technology. They've got forges. They do stuff. Yes, Kurlos, you're buying that. Whoops. I didn't mean to... I'm so sorry, Kurlos. That would have actually looked good in your house. I gotta remember I can hold down LNR to speed up dialogue. I don't need a milk case. Okay, so that was Signora Keke. But, like, you got all this stuff, all this technology. They can't... There's no weapons store. There's nowhere you can just go to buy swords. There's nowhere you can go to have your sword fixed. Like, I'm okay with swords and stuff getting damaged and needing repaired. I'm okay with that sort of system. As long as it makes logical sense. Like... It honestly feels like the way that universe resupplies itself on weapons is by the friggin' blood moon happening and all of the monsters respawning and then, you know, throwing rocks at them until they die and taking their weapons from them. Signora Keke. Okay. What is this? Makes a lot of beep boops. Stop with the beep booping. Okay, so this is like... not something I want. Got it. You know... Can I put this, like, on the wall? Yes, I can. Bam. See, that's not a bad spot for clothing. Just hook on the wall. It's pretty nice. But yeah, like, I don't like that about the games. And, like... Another thing I don't like about the games is... Okay, basically, every 4 shrines, you get the choice of increasing your HP or increasing your stamina. There are more items to give you temporary stamina that you can consume through, and you can also just eat food whenever. That the stamina upgrade is pointless, and there are enemies that deal an absurd amount of damage, making the heart upgrade what you always want to be doing. Like, there's no real balance there, because you can just stop and eat whenever. But you need enough hearts to be able to survive at least one mistake against any enemy. So, like, I don't understand why there's even the choice, because there is only one choice. You take hearts. Every single time. You just take hearts. Because there's no reason not to. Like, just doing a Gulliver check. I know we just had Gulliver a few days ago, but I'm doing a Gulliver check anyway. Like, I don't understand why there's a choice. And from what I've seen, Tears of the Kingdom doesn't solve that. I mean, I wasn't really expecting it to, but I'm still disappointed all the same. Like, it's just kind of a bummer. And like, I gameplay-wise, I like it. It's a Zelda game that heavily emphasizes movement, jumping, you know. Blocking isn't all that important, because you want to be dodging, not blocking. But still, like, it's pretty neat, it's pretty fun. The world's cool, the Koroks can go suck a nut. Like, but they're still kind of fun to find until you realize there's like hundreds of the little fricks and they're all over the place and they're just obnoxious. Like, I really want to like love that game as much as I love like Majora's Mask or Skyward Sword. Yes, I am a Skyward Sword defender. I always will be. People who don't like it haven't played it. That is the standpoint I'm coming from with it. And I'm not sure. I've never played the remaster on the Switch. I'm talking Wii version. I don't know how they do it on the Switch. Because that game's combat system was entirely built around motion controls existing. And they work really well. They're really fun. They're really good. It's great. But, you know, people just couldn't get past that, and they barely played the game or didn't play it and then called it bad because they just didn't want to learn new controls, which... Okay, this is another small rant. If any of y'all out there are very much one of those people that's like, man, motion controls are so stupid, why didn't they keep with buttons? Because motion controls do things that buttons can't. And if you're one of those people that on top of that, and I know this type of person, that motion controls just never works for them, and it's always, it's all over the place, that's all that. Like, okay, you are the problem. And complaining that you can't make motion controls work. Well, imagine how you would feel if you handed one of these to somebody who has never played a video game before, and then they were like, how do you hold it like this? Because this makes sense. It fits nicely into your hands. This makes sense. You can still hit these buttons, like... And then they start using it like this, and it's like, no, that's not how you use it. You hold it like this. It's like, okay, but some people want to hold it like this, and then it's like, okay, but then it's like, oh, you hit the A button. It's like, okay, the A button. It's like, well, it's just the one on the right. It's like, yeah, you know this stuff because you've used a controller probably most of your life. If I were to hand you a PlayStation controller and then tell you to hit the X button, and you grew up a Nintendo gamer, you're going to hit this button, probably. This is the X button. X was the bottom button. And also, in general, was confirm. So if I just told you to hit confirm, you'd probably hit the button on the right, which is the circle button. Or back. You know. It's one of those things of a lot of these people I feel just don't remember what it was like when they first picked up a controller and just how bad they were at using it and how awkward it was. That's motion controls. There's something you have to get used to because they are new. They're not even new anymore. Like, but if you've not used them before, they're new to you. In the same way that I imagine there's quite a few of you watching who have only played 3DS games or Nintendo games, console games, that if I were to sit you down in front of something like StarCraft on my computer, you'd be like, what do I even... There's so many buttons. There's so many of them do things. How do you do this? You know, even though you're a gamer, that doesn't mean you're gonna be good at every type of game. You know, that's why I endeavor to play everything. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, before I just sit here and ramble and rant so long that I basically end up with like a 3-hour video. I thank you all very much for watching. And hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. See you all then. And in this end card, I'd like to ask, if you liked the video, hey, could you hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Why aren't you subscribed? Come on, hit the button. It helps me out a lot. Thanks a bunch, though.